Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's call. Today, we are going to talk about releasing mUzima 1.04. Look at the progress updates of what we are doing so far and any other business. So I'll go straight. The first agenda, basically, we made some updates to the APK and done some internal testing. We feel like it's good, it's much faster, especially after fixing mUzima 398. That was all about improving the speed of the application. And so we think we want to. Now, if you are keen, you'll notice that previously, the APKs we are listing were called snapshots. But starting with the next version, we are going to change the naming convention. And the APK itself would be number, which is 104, and that applies to the other modules, that is mUzima API and Search API. But the reason for putting it on call is that we want to look at what is the best way of releasing this version, which should be something we will be doing in the next upcoming releases. So one suggestion we had is that when we release the next version, we need to put it in alpha testing. I think Sam can explain that better. Period that we can agree on and say we want to do some testing. Everyone who is within the community to test the app, that we don't have any bugs introduced to the latest updates, then we release it officially. So I don't know whether Sam, you want to just expound that more before we can accept questions.
Hello? Yeah, right. You can hear me? Yeah, so I was explaining alpha testing. And basically, it allows us to publish an APK on Google Play Store. But that APK is only accessible to a set of users who are basically allowed by the publisher. In this case, when we publish 104 as an alpha APK, so we'll have to send links, which will go to emails of those testing, and using those links, they're able to download the APK from Play Store and test the APK. All the feedback that they are doing is able to be sent back to Google Play Store, and we can access it from there and get feedback from testers. This is a better way than testing it through maybe Dropbox or any other different kind of APK sharing. So by this, that means Google will also check the usage and how the APK is responding. So that is the option we are proposing to use for this next release.
Okay, thanks, Sam. So unless there are questions, I guess that's the way forward. Any questions?
No questions. I think we can move forward.
Okay, thank you. Okay. The next agenda is to look at the tickets in progress. And let me start with Joanne. I know you've been doing something to do with extracting hard-coded text within the Java files into a string resource file. So I don't know if you have any updates on that.
Yeah, the last time I think I did a commit and a pull request, and then I had some updating to do with the nouns and the long names, which I did yesterday. I pushed and I sent a pull request. I don't know if you guys received it.
Yeah, I saw some update. I was not sure you were done. So could you update the ticket? Because the ticket status is not updated, and usually if you are ready for code review, committed and send a pull request, you need to put an update on the ticket, because we would receive a notification if you update the ticket.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Any questions for John? Okay, silence means no. Noah, I think you're also helping us to translate the resource files, because we need to have a French version of every message displayed in mUzima to support French.
Okay. Yeah. The last time, this week I've not worked. The previous call 40%, and I worked it up to 60%. And before this hope to commit, maybe we shall get the other guy have done, any other guy who knows French. So I have a timeline. Before the end of the month, I should be able to have completed it. Then we shall have it for review. So that is the update I can give for now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. And once you're done, please as well update the ticket. Anyone who has a question?
Yeah, just wanted to add to Noah. So John has actually done some great stuff, extracting a lot of messages from the raw code. So once Joanne's commit goes through code review, so you'll have more messages to translate to French. So I think we are going to update the Excel file so that you can also convert the new messages to French also.
Thanks, John. Yeah, sure. So now, if more work comes, please don't get tired. Okay, thanks guys for those updates. We don't have guys from Lake Hub represented here today, so we don't have an update on translation to Swahili, and the other tickets to do with edit ops. So we have quite a number of guys helping us to do that work over there. So hopefully they will send their updates to their email. The other thing we are doing around here is doing the update to support fingerprint on mUzima. And so that one is also in progress. And this morning we did a demo to Sonac. I was very happy with the progress so far, because right now on mUzima we can use Futronic scanner that we have tested, and we can fingerprint, attach it to patients, either on new registration or existing patients, and also be able to successfully identify those patients. And so far he was happy with the speed of scanning. He thinks it's quite fast compared to some work he had tested before. So that one is also in progress, and we hope to finish next couple of days. And we anticipate to do a demo for guys from Faces later this week. So in case we are doing a demo, we'll send a notification, and in case anyone is interested to attend, then you could attend. So those are updates from my side. I don't know if anyone else has an update or questions. If not, we move on to A or B. Lawrence, do you have?
Nothing much. It's been long since I joined the course, and it's finally good to be here again. Just from the implementation experience we've had, probably these are minor issues, but I think to raise them, and in case anyone else would help test out. We are at a point where we are setting up devices with very huge cohorts with numbers of patients 1,000 upwards. And that's turning out to be a bit challenging. But I think I saw a ticket that is going to ease up the setting up process, which I think I would be interested in testing out once that's ready. And then also the into is uploading, because some of our clinicians or other users are not able to upload complete forms from the devices. But I understand it's a rights issue on the server side. So I just forwarded an email to Simon, and maybe that it would be nice to know the baseline rights that they require to be able to do this, because I think sometimes it's frustrating for them to fill out the forms and not able to upload them as well. So I think once we have a standard way of knowing what they require in rights for them to be able to upload the data using their accounts, it would be nice to do that.
Yeah, thanks, Lawrence. So yeah, the plan is, you see, currently the setup process is manual. So you have to choose the cohort you want, the forms, and then you go to the concepts and so on, the providers and locations. And we realize this is a repetitive process, especially if you are setting up several devices for one program. The choices you make are exactly the same. So we intend to update the APK in the next coming days. There's already a ticket, and what we are doing is we'll enable setting up a configuration file at the server side for an implementation. And therefore, when you're setting up a device, you have an option to select the configuration you want. So let's say if CDM has a configuration at the server side, so they specify what cohorts, what forms on the device, and how many OBS for the concepts. So any user setting up the device would basically log in, and then he's presented with the list of, and he would choose CDM. And on clicking next, it would run through the entire setup process and end up to the dashboard. So I think that would be a great improvement for CDM and for any other implementation out there. And then your next concern is, so it looks like we need to test and the required permissions for someone to be able to upload data to the server side. So it's strange because the providers you're talking about have, one of their roles is provider, clinician, and I would expect if someone is a provider and then he have certain permissions that enable them to upload data. But looks like that's not the case for the AMPATH MRS system. So we need to basically do a test, determine what are the required permissions. I don't know if anyone has an idea already. Rabai, do you?
Come again, Sabai.
Oh, I'm asking, you see the issue Lawrence is facing is that some providers roles, among the roles is providers
Yeah.
who are not able, they're not able to upload data. Because they don't have required permissions. So we need to do some testing to find out what are the required permissions for someone. Do you?
Oh, you're breaking, but
Okay.
you're breaking, but I'll talk to Lawrence after the call. Then,
Okay.
yeah, he can help me understand. Then I'll give my feedback on the same.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions, concerns, or anything? Bonnie, we didn't hear you. Oh, no questions from Bonnie. If there are no more questions, we shall end today's call early. So, so I hope we'll talk again in the next time.
One by one.
Okay, thank you guys for joining today's call. Let's see you again in the next 1 week. Thank you so much.
Thank you to survive.
Thank you. Bye-bye.